So we're in Fresno, California. We just finished installing a Bradford White 50-gallon natural gas water heater. And to get started right here on the front, you've got your model number, serial number. It's the URG250T6, and that's the 50-gallon water heater from Bradford White, and then the serial number. So you can take this over to bradfordwhite.com and go to register your product, input this, and of course your full name, street address, all that, and get your warranty going on the product. And then starting at the bottom, we've got brand new gas shutoff valve. We did go ahead and get you a drip leg on here. Some localities enforce this, some don't. And what this little piece for right here is in the event there's any kind of debris in the gas line, which PG&E says their gas is clean, but if there is, it fills up this little drip leg, and then, I don't know, every 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, you'd pull this out and get rid of the debris. Anyway, so they may or may not want that. If they do, it's installed. Brand new shutoff valve, and these old style we don't like the spin through because they start leaking out of here, both sides. It's not our work and it's not part of our contract. This is a T that was put in by whoever previously owned the home and ran a line exterior over to the laundry room. So that's not ours. This is the only thing we put in is the T, the nipple, little brass cap. Brass and galvanized pipe are compatible metals. And then of course gas shutoff valve, brand new 1/2-inch OD by 24-inch corrugated stainless steel supply line with the factory coating on it, so that's nice. Lower third of the water heater, we got a new strap. Upper third, new strap. That's per code and per contract, and then of course per contract was the supply line and the gas valve, so that's good. Then up top, we've got a brand new shutoff valve, and so as per contract and code, it's required to have a shutoff valve. There's one in place. We don't like them. We don't like to use these gate valves. They start to drip. Sometimes the disc breaks off inside and you can't get it open, so you don't want to use this one anymore. Just leave that in place. And the reason why we couldn't take it out is this subdivision. They ran water lines to all of the different townhomes and didn't put a shutoff valve for the water out front. So no way to shut it off without shutting everybody else off. If you have trouble with this valve, then you'll have to coordinate with the HOA or whoever is involved out here to shut down the units, and then come out, demo back that valve, and get everything put back in place. So we did install a brand new valve as per contract. This is a Watts quarter turn off, quarter turn on. It's a full port ball valve, stainless steel ball in there, so that's good. All brass construction from the point that we took off right here. So you can see that's their old valve and their old nipple. It's fused into place. We didn't even try working on that. You get into trouble working on old galvanized iron piping and fittings. So brand new brass 90, brand new brass nipple, and then the ball valve, and then of course another brass nipple. Falcon stainless steel connector. These are 0.725 inside diameter, largest in the industry. Ultra flexible. You can take these apart and use these over and over again. So it's a 3/4 by 15-inch supply line down to a brass connector. We like to use these because there's a little bit of a conflict between the top of the galvanized pipe that comes out of the unit. There's a little heat trap inside on top there, a little conflict with the gasket that sits on this stainless steel connector. So we like to give it a nice, flat, thick base, which is accommodated with this extension coupling. So brass coupling there, and then of course over here, same thing, brass coupling, Falcon stainless steel connector. That's an 18-inch. We did put a secondary valve over here. It's not required by code, but we were getting a lot of back feeding through the hot line, which means you've got something going on inside the home where water is sneaking from the cold side to the hot side and back feeding out through here. So just so we weren't standing there getting soaked every 5 minutes, we went ahead and gave you a secondary valve right here. It's kind of nice because all you do if you need to work on this in the future, you just shut the water off here, shut the water off there, and then you know absolutely for certain if there's no water coming out. So that's good on the water. Relief valve comes with the water heater. That's installed. Short nipple and then a dielectric union. It's not required to be dielectric, but whenever you go from galvanized steel to copper, if it's under pressure, if it's a water line, then you need this. The only reason we use it in this application is we need to get from the threaded pipe to the soldered pipe, and that accommodates it real well. So dielectric union, then copper 90, a couple blocks and straps going down the wall. This was dumping out on the floor. The relief line was dumping on the floor in the garage. which used to be code, not anymore, so they will enforce this once you get inspection. Stubs out right there. Went ahead and got you popped out. Gave you a new cover plate right here. It's a little bit larger than the pipe. I think that's probably for a 1/2-inch iron pipe nipple or a 3/4 iron pipe nipple, not sure which one, but it's siliconed completely and drilled a hole through the wall 1 inch and then siliconed it back in, filled it full in the back. So this is glued to the wall, that flange, and it's just a nice cover plate to have, so that relief line, if anything ever happens here, this thing is going to drain right into your rocks right there. So that's good. What else we got? Burner is lit right now and heating, so a couple hours you'll have hot water. We are leaving this in the hot position, which is approximately 120 degrees. As you can see right here, scalding risk increases with hotter water. Please leave it at hot. If you're having trouble with hot water in the home, especially with a new water heater, don't come out here and turn it to A, B, C. Right here, by the time you get to here, B, 3rd-degree burns, 3 seconds, you're going to the hospital. So probably something going on in the home. You'd need a new cartridge and a faucet and a shower, something. So be very careful with this. Some people like to turn it up, but just if you can, just leave this alone. So that's all in shape. We did in our contract have included a permit, and we're going to go ahead and back that out of the contract with a change order. 2 things that we're going to add in. One, $100 charge to get this relief line run down the wall and out to the exterior yard. For code so that it could pass inspection. Number 2, we're going to back out $150 for the cost of the permit through the city of Fresno while the homeowner works on some other issues that might affect the inspection. And so we'll get that out later today. So we'll make that adjustment, get a change order out, and take payment accordingly. And last item, vent right back in place right there. A couple of offset 90s up to a little piece of pipe, up to an existing ceiling bucket, and that completes our installation. Outside of that, we are done.